Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. A little bit different pace of scenery here. We are hanging out right by the water today over here in Brevard County, Florida. This is Parish Park in Titusville. Normally we park up right over there on the water, but they're doing some major construction. They're supposed to be, I don't know if they're gonna pave it or what, but they're gonna do like car parking and stuff. Normally it looks just like this. It's just sand, but there's no rocks or trees over there like that. You can go right into the water, which is nice. But right now, and for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, they've been working on, getting that all redone and situated. So you're kind of stuck to this side. This side's nice too, but it's just not as accessible, You can see you have all these rocks here and the trees in the way. Still a beautiful sight though. You gotta be careful where you step because there is glass. I saw it. Unfortunately, some people just don't have respect for wildlife and nature and they just ruin it. But really nice day out here. We got the RV parked right here. I got the car all hooked up and everything. We didn't overnight here. We just pulled up. We stayed at a Cracker Barrel nearby. They used to be lenient on overnight parking here, and we've done it in the past, but now they have all these signs up, no overnight parking, because people just abuse it. They stay here for weeks and weeks and months, and they just live here. They may as well just change the address on their license to say, yeah, I live here. So it's unfortunate, but we can still come here during the day and enjoy it and have a good time. There's a pizza place over here called Pizza At that we really like to go to. It's kind of like a Subway for pizza. Basically, they grab, you can pick what kind of dough you want, and then you go down the line and you pick all your toppings and stuff, and they make it right there in this little oven that it passes through. It's pretty cool, and the pizza's really good. So we're gonna get that for lunch, and then later on I gotta go pick up a pair of glasses because Milo decided to eat mine. So unfortunate, but I'm glad they're at least able to pull my prescription and just make them. I didn't have to go in for another eye exam, which is really nice. So this is a weird angle, but it's the best I can do. I'm currently under the RV. Now I take a look at our RV all the time, underneath, the sides, the back, and inspecting the roof quite a bit, just to make sure everything's cool, nobody messed with anything, there's no damage I need to touch up on or whatever. And I'm just taking a look under here. I did notice this. So this is our drive shaft, and I don't know, this doesn't look too good. Looks like some kind of rubber bushing is starting to crack all the way around. I'm gonna have to look into that. Don't need any issues while we're out on the road. We just took a 5,000 mile road trip, so definitely gotta look at that. But other than that, everything else looks pretty good under here. This RV is pretty clean. It's a Florida RV, so there's no rust. Checking out my exhausts and my catalytic converters, making sure nobody took anything. Cat's up that way. This will be a good time too to check your inside dualies, because sometimes it's hard to see. But you can see we're in good shape. We got plenty of tread. Shocks look good. Nothing's leaking. There's all my brake lines and fuel lines, and then under here is your propane line. So this runs in the RV from this big old tank. But yeah, I like to check and make sure everything's cool and I don't have any issues. Killing it today with the solar. The sun's coming up now, and it just keeps up all day long. Even when we run the air conditioner off of batteries, as long as the sun is out at like peak positioning, it just keeps up with the batteries, and I don't have to run the generator, and it's fantastic because we used to run our generator all day and all night in the summertime, and I was burning about $400 worth of fuel every month, and it's really expensive. Now we have the solar system, and while it was an expensive investment, it was about $7,000 between all the parts and the batteries and the panels, control, inverter and stuff, plus the install. I had somebody build the board. I did the panels. But it's so nice to be able to sit here and not have to listen to a generator humming all the time, and having to spend all that extra money on gas and going to get gas. That was a pain too. So all right guys, change of plans. Had a little bit of an emergency. We were out on the road probably for about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 days, something like that. And we were plugged into the campground for a couple days, and then after that we started doing a ton of boondocking. And I was having an issue with air conditioning. Now, Sam and I can say a couple curse words and get over the heat. I got my Frenchie, who has a hard time breathing in the heat. He needs air conditioning when it's super hot out to be able to cool down. Cody doesn't do too good either. And at nighttime, I get kind of grumpy because if it's hot, it's sticky, you're laying in bed, even with a fan, it's still kind of hot. I don't know what happened, guys, but this PowerHorse 2300i was not doing it. It'll charge my batteries up to 15 amps. It'll power the entire RV with the exception of the AC. Now, I have a soft start installed on the air conditioner. I installed it myself. It works. The air conditioner will work perfectly off the solar. So during the day when the sun is out, we're getting, you know, I don't know, 1500 watts of solar. It keeps up with the air conditioner. It's not an issue. At night, I could probably run my air conditioner for about 4 to 5 hours on the 200 amp hours that I have. After that, it dies. It goes to low voltage mode and it shuts off, obviously. And you don't really want to do that to your batteries. It's not great. So I don't know why, but this little inverter generator that's really supposed to be able to run my air conditioner is not. Even if I set the charge controller to charge the batteries at 0 amps, which means I'm just using the inverter as bypass now, sucking power in from the generator to the RV itself, it still trips. I don't know what the issue is. I checked the voltage coming out of the generator. I'm telling you guys this because I know people are going to be asking, so I just save you the comments. Check the voltage at the generator. 121 volts coming from the out on the 30 amp plug. When I plug it into the inverter is reading 119 volts. Now I know there's going to be some loss going through the wires and through all the stuff or whatever. It's fine. The issue is this inverter, this is a 48 volt inverter, requires a minimum of 120 volts to power major appliances, air conditioner, furnace, anything like that. So I'm guessing because it's not picking up 120 volts, it's at 119, there's something in a computer that's saying, hey, I'm sorry, we don't have enough voltage, we ain't gonna do this, we're not gonna power that air conditioner. So I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm just not gonna be able to use that generator. I should be able to use that generator to power the air conditioner with a soft start. I literally killed everything else in the RV, everything. Switched off all the breakers and everything with the exception of the air conditioner breaker and the converter, so I'm getting power in. And it'll kick the fan on once the compressor tries to kick on. You hear thunk, thunk, like it's trying to, but then the inverter kills the power because it's going, hey, we don't have that voltage, that 120 volts, so we're not going to do it. So I don't know if it's, I don't know. I really don't know. Now I have the big PowerHorse running right now. That's the 4500i, the big brother to this one. That one at the inverter is reading 121 volts. So we're over 120 volts. Kick the air compressor on, everything's working in there, no problems. No thunking, it's just running. It's cold in there. I don't know. I'm confused because a million people online are running these you know, ACs on these small generators. And I spoke to the guy who designed the soft start last night. He's saying, yeah, it should work. I think it's something with that inverter. I don't know, or we're experiencing too much loss between the generator and the you know, inverter. Anyway, we're back here now. Air conditioner is going. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that small one. It's great for charging the batteries up.
It's good for our winter camping.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's good for, because it'll power the entire RV with the exception of the air conditioner. So maybe we'll just, I don't know, I'll see. This 4500i that's running right now has over 3,000 hours on it, and that just impresses me because before this one we had the Predator 3500 that everybody loves, but they never made past 1,500 hours for me, never, and I probably had 10 of them. So I don't know how long this one's gonna last. It runs great, cranks right up, runs great. I have no issues with it. I guess we'll see. The thing that kind of sucks about having to bring the big PowerHorse around now is that one weighs 100 pounds, whereas the small one weighs 55 pounds, and it's somewhat manageable for Samantha to bring in and out of the RV, maybe move around if she has to, if I'm not here or whatever. So that's one of the bummers. Also, for consideration for you guys, if you have back issues or some kind of health issue, or you're just a weakling, I don't know. All right. The other issue too is I just got back. My lock that I put on this shed is now gone. Now the doors were still closed, and I did a quick inspection in here. I mean, there's nothing of like super high value. It's just a bunch of crap. Everything's in here, but the lock was just gone, and it's not on the floor. Like, I don't see it anywhere. So I don't know. It's been a hell of a week, guys. Heat's starting to kick back up. It's not cool out anymore, and I'm ready to go north. So for those of you who haven't noticed yet, I did go ahead and moved the wood pile. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it's kind of, the bottom is like in and the top is I don't know if this will kind of sticking out. I had to even out the weight because the bottom ended up falling in through the sugar sand over here, and it toppled over, and I had to restack everything. So I have this, and then I have all this under this. I found this pallet when we were out on the ATV, and there's a whole bunch of wood under there. The nice thing about having to move it from over there to over here is that I had all like older dried out wood on the bottom before, and then all the freshly cut wood I was stacking on top, which is an issue because when you want to have a fire, you want the driest wood. So now that I moved everything, I kind of sorted it out as I did it, and I put the dry wood in one pile and the wet wood in the other pile, and now all the dry wood is on top. And then I'm gonna get another pallet. There's a whole bunch of them in the woods over here, unfortunately, because people dump stuff. And every time I get wet wood, I'll put the wet wood on the pallet. That way it has time to dry out and get all situated. I used the cart that we bought for the ATV, the trailer, to move all this. I'll pop a picture up so you guys can see it, but it was fantastic. It did a great job. The only time I felt it on ATV was when I was braking, because I guess you have to stop more weight. But as far as like going, I mean, I didn't feel it. So that cart is awesome, and like I said, we like to hook it up to the ATV and we go in the backwoods. Unfortunately, people dump stuff back there, but sometimes it'll be like pretty good stuff. Here's an example of a couple things I did find. These are 4 gas cans. There's 3 2-gallon ones and 1 gallon. Somebody shot this one. It looks like what, a 22. It's pretty small. I could easily patch that if I really wanted to. And then they just need lids. But I checked the rest of them. They're in great shape. I'll wash them out. Obviously, they have some stuff in them. But these are great for prepping, for emergency storms, or if I need to go on the road, or if I want to keep gas on the ATV, like if we're going to go far away or something. It's just really good to have. And they were $3.99.
So we found this. I don't know if you guys can recognize it, but it's a water jug. And it was really bad inside, so we weren't going to reuse it for that purpose. It was blue. So I decided to get Restacking light pink, I think it's called, and I just sprayed it on. And over there is my little garden area.
You can see on the bottom, we didn't spray paint the bottom.
No, because the bottom you're not even going to see.
But that was the original color.
Yeah. So we put holes in it, and unfortunately we're leaving in a couple of days, so I don't want to plant anything because I'm not going to be here to take care of them. So for now I'm just going to let it hang out outside, and when we come back in a couple of months, that's when I'll plant and then have flowers with like a vine or something. It'll look nice.
We also found those 3 milk crates.
Oh yeah.
Stan's going to be using those in her garden area.
This is my little garden area that I'm going to be doing. Usually I put my hammock right between these 2 trees. I got wildflowers that are growing in here for the butterflies and the hummingbirds. So we found these. I'm going to paint these as well. Probably the same pink. And I'm going to stack it like that and then just have like flowers sitting on it. Oh yeah.
So I think I decided I have a little, like a small, like 3 foot by 3 foot section. that I have to finish painting in the container. We painted it white on the inside. And these rats and moles and whatever, they're just destroying everything that I have in this other shed over here, because there's no floor in this shed. I just had like, I bought this cloth that's supposed to act as a floor. It's like designed for that, but it's not good for us because the moles and the rats just go right through it. And they're starting to pee in it and they knock things over. So I'm gonna...
And some stuff is expensive in there.
Yeah, like, you know, I got the lawnmower. The lawnmower was like $200, and we got that screen room in there. That was like $150. So I don't want to...
100. I ain't spending 150 bucks on a screen room.
All right.
Nah.
So, you know, so I'm just getting annoyed of having to constantly fix it and reorganize and throw things away that it damages. So I'm gonna finish that up and probably transfer everything in there. I don't know what I'm gonna use this shed for. I was originally thinking about using it for firewood, but the shed is over here, and I just moved all that wood over there so that it's nice and close to the fire pit. So I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. So I don't know. I also thought about selling it. I'm like, it's like a $125 shed. How much am I gonna sell it for? Then I gotta find somebody with a big enough truck to come and load it on a trailer. Forget it. So I don't know, we'll figure out what I could use. If you guys have any suggestions on what I could use the shed for, let me know. So we're gonna be here for a couple days, really about a week. And then in a week, we are gonna start heading up north for the season, because the summers down here are pretty brutal. And I just can't handle it, and Milo can never come outside. It's just always too hot for him. You know, the French Bulldogs have like that breathing issue, and if it's just too hot, he just suffers, I guess. So bringing him up north really helps him out. So we're gonna slowly start packing everything back up again. I'm gonna grab a couple of things out of storage that I have here that we like to bring up north with us. One of them is a weed whacker, believe it or not, because a lot of these campgrounds that we go to, they only have their lawn crews come out like every 2-3 weeks, and or sometimes once a month. And the grass gets really high and the mosquitoes get really bad. So just a pro tip, if you're gonna live somewhere, you know, at a campground, or travel full-time on the road or whatever, you may want to bring like a little electric weed whacker with you. It really makes a difference. So we use the Bauer brand electric. It uses the same battery as all my other power tools, which is great. And just clicks in and it takes care of all the weeds and the high grass, and it's fantastic. So, you know, I'll throw a link down below in case you guys are interested to it, but that's what we use. Anyway, I'm gonna put an ending on this video. We'll start wrapping it up for today. Gotta do a little bit of cleaning inside the RV. Kind of got away from us. We're gonna do like a full wipe down and everything in the RV. It needs it. Anyway, I will let you guys go, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.